All right, we are live once again, ladies and gentlemen. I've been doing, I think, a video every day this week. It's been kind of busy, and that's a good thing. But this is part three of the eBay auctions. Well, actually, they were best offers, so it's not technically an auction, but um, eBay, I bought at the same time at 3 o'clock in the morning. Each set had two books and then they gave away two. This particular one, there was only one book, but they threw in an extra comic. And if you watch the first video of this little series, they actually put the one that's supposed to be in here as a giveaway in the first box. For some reason, even though I bought and paid for all three auctions at the same time, the person, I guess, because I was asking if they do combined shipping, because this person charged each auction $18 and I think like 36 cents. So like almost 50 bucks in shipping. So I guess they felt obligated to have to put it in different things because they said they couldn't give a refund, but they said they would throw in some extra comics. So that's why it was the way it was. But even though he mailed them out all at the same time, or she, I don't want to assume, they came at different times. But it seems like they're all here, so better late than never. So I got the third and the final one of this unboxing series. This may not be the best comic, but it's still a first appearance, still a key book, still an early book. But the discount I got for this, um, well, I guess you'll see. And as usual, I want people to go on eBay because I want you to get used to knowing what prices are so you could see if something appears, whether it's an auction it's about to end, or like this one, a newly listed buy it now best offer. If you have a general idea of the value of a book, depending on the grade, you can see if it's an opportunity to buy right away or take a chance on a best offer or say the price is too high, I'm not even wasting my time on it. So I want people to get used to that. Who that is here? Welcome, my friend, and also Nate Dogg. Both of you are here. Welcome. Who that's one of my moderators. Well, I got to give a shout out to who that really quick because I watch his videos. I don't comment often because a lot of times I'm on my cell phone when I'm doing it or watching it on my PS4. Yeah, I still have a PS4. I don't want a PS5. I mean, for the limited amount of games they have, it's a waste of money. But you can't. I don't think you have the ability to comment on there. But he gets only about 20-25 views on on his videos. That is sinfully underappreciated for him. He really, I would say, as a personal favor, go to Who Dat Comics and Movies. Go subscribe to his channel. Check out his videos. He's got good content. He does. We have similar taste in things. He's a great guy. Been following for years. He's been following me for years, and he deserves so much more views than what he's getting. So hopefully you guys will do that for him. Nate Dogg, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you make videos, but if you do, let me know. Post a link and everything because I want to help those that come here and support my channel, even if it's once in a blue moon to say hello. So while I'm waiting for a couple of the people to see I am live, let's give a shout out to my Patreon members. Remember the new thing that I just started doing on Patreon for my paid members. Who did says I do not do drama? That's why I appreciate it. Yeah, I know what you mean, my friend. Um, both you and I could easily start doing drama videos just to pick up viewership, but we're both adults and we don't do that stuff. Unfortunately, that's what it takes for some people in any YouTube community to get views because that basically gives them money and attention. So, but like I said, who that he's a good guy. He's always been nice to me. He used to be on my original We Love Comics channel. He used to come and sell books on my auctions and everything. Straight up guy. Go subscribe to him, say We Love Comics sent you, and give him some views. He definitely deserves it. And like you hear him say right here, drama free. So if you don't want that soap opera nonsense, go check him out. So with the Patreon, if you join Patreon now at patreon.com/We Love Comics, not only do you get your name up there and shout it out, but the new thing that I have is when I do an auction, I do a week before the auction a sneak peek video where anybody can make an offer on any of the comics a week before the auction happens. So you can basically prevent the book from ever reaching auction so you don't miss the auction or you don't get outbid or you get into a bidding war. Now, if you become a paid Patreon member, 1 week before the sneak peek video comes out, you now have access to the list of all the books that will be in the auction, and you can get the books before anybody else can by making an offer. And if I accept that offer, you get that book before anybody else can. So you can contribute $2 a month. You could do whatever you want. I'll leave that up to you because there is no minimum other than, the minimum to join anybody's Patreon to be a paid member, which is $2 a month. But your contributions go to help for a good cause, helps with all the stray animals that I take care of. And I always want to stress that I got them all spayed and neutered and fixed, so that stops the problem. Everybody in my neighborhood complains about stray cats all around the neighborhood, but no one else does anything. And then they have kittens after kittens after kittens, and they still do nothing but complain. So instead of just complaining, I did something about it. And instead of being inhumane and watching cats starve to death, especially with it being 110 to 115 every day for the past 3 weeks here in southern Florida on the West Coast, West Side. But I feed them. I take them to the vets. I've saved a couple of their lives by taking them to the vets, and we're using our own money. And trust me, I am no Bill Gates. I don't have millions of dollars. But instead of going on vacations and things, I sacrifice some of my happiness so they have a little bit of happiness. Because, to me, just imagine being homeless and not only not having a home, but not knowing where your meal's going to come from. And then on top of it, having people not only walk past you and avoid you, but wish you were dead. And some try and kill them. I actually had to stop a person that was shooting one of the ones I was feeding with a BB gun. When I could understand maybe, if anything, if they were in their property, it was across the street, not even near his house. These are the people in the world. I'm not one of those. So your contributions help me to pay for vet bills, food and water and things like that. So let's give a shout out to my Patreon members. If you want to be one, you can join. Sith Lord, Michael, Kevin, Dan, Herbert, Annabelle, Jason, Kim, Blessed, Joey, Ashton, our latest and newest member, Kendall Kid Comics at YouTube, at ScottWU077 on Instagram, Stephen L. Turk author at Facebook, and at Silver Age Surfer _comics. Go check them all out. So we have currently 15. I'm sure it will be 14 at some point, but that's okay. I appreciate even if there's one. So if we can get to 20 paid members within one given month, I have giveaways I've been trying to give away. We're only 5 away, possibly 6 away from becoming these contests to be starting, and I will ship them all around the world, and I will pay for shipping and handling. So for every $2 you contribute, you get one entry once we start doing the raffle. So the more you contribute, the more chances you'll win. I'll ship it all around the world and pay for the shipping and handling. So with that out of the way, let's get the unboxing. So again, the person at least put it in priority mail and delivered it well packaged, which I guess for $18.36 each one. So 18 times 3, about $57, $58, because I think it's like 18.36. So roughly about $57 to get these shipped. But if you've been watching these, and very few of you have, but the ones that have, I appreciate, you'll see that the prices I got for these are so ridiculously low that it was just worth it for me to do, even with the extra costs. But like I said, he threw in some extra books. If you watch the first video, this book was supposed to be in this auction. It was actually, it was only supposed to be one book for the last auction, and they threw this one in for free. And in a way, I actually messaged them and I said, I'm glad that you threw this one in for free, because I found out, thanks to one of my subscribers, that this does not have the centerfold pinup, so it's incomplete. So if this person would have ended up selling it to someone, they would have not been happy if they found out it didn't have that, or sent to get it graded only to find that out. Now, this person did include a invoice. So let me take away the person's personal information. Because, like I say, I've had people in the past accuse me, because I get some prices that are so low, people will not believe that I get these prices for what I do. So when I have receipts, I'll show the receipts. So you can see that I don't make stuff up just to try and, boost my own ego or something. I want people to know that deals are out there on key comics on newly listed comics if you just make the effort and don't give up. At this one, they packaged a little bit better, but each one has been, you know, pretty darn good. Like I said, for the amount that they charged me for the shipping, I'm glad they did that. But it looks like they put a bunch of books in here. So this sale was only supposed to be one comic. The others, and it was weird. Like, for example, if you watch the first video, they only listed one of the books, and they only showed two pictures. And they put some, well, and they were both of just the front covers, but they don't mention the second book, which is just weird. But not everybody is into comics like we are. Matter of fact, this person said that their father gave them to him. I don't know if the father passed away or anything. I hope not. Sometimes, fathers can just hand stuff down to their sons to make them happy, or maybe influence them into doing what they used to love. But he said he just wanted to get rid of them, didn't really care. So, so there's three books in here. So that would actually lower the price a little bit. So let's just show the free books. Actually, I know about this book. This is easily $20 book, if not more. I'll show that one last. But we have another high grade, looks like easily a 9.0 of Justice League of America 168. So again, that's 40 cents is probably around, I think, 1980-ish, somewhere in that area. So if anybody wants to kind of look that up, you can tell me. But again, I mean, especially with a book with a lot of black in it, it's in pretty good condition. Next up, this is Sergeant Rock and the Unknown Soldier, issue number 15. So this looks like it might be a square bound, or it's just got a little bit of a rolled spine. I don't think it's a square bound, actually. Just a little bit of a rolled spine, but, it's a giveaway. Still pretty cool. And then this one I've seen before. I haven't seen many of them. This is easily about a $20 book. This is the Uncanny X-Men at the State Fair of Texas. So that's pretty cool because he showed me the books that he was sending, and I looked this one up. So originally, it was supposed to be one book, and he was also throwing this one in for free for that one, but he put it in the first one instead. So let's get those three aside. So that actually changes the price. So what I want people to do while I'm looking this up, I want you to look up the prices of the books. I guess I should show them first before you can do that. And tell me what would be the most you would have paid for these books, including, well, don't include shipping and handling and eBay taxes because most people don't know how much that is. But here is what was supposed to be in the first unboxing I did. This is X-Men number 7. So early Quicksilver, early Scarlet Witch, second appearance of the Blob. Probably grade-wise between a 3.0 and a 4.0. Again, I'd have to look at the whole book, but I'm basing it just on the cover, even though I say how much I hate when that happens. But these are in Mylars, so I want to be very careful taking these out. Oh, excuse me. Looks like, from what I can see, cream to off-white pages. So between a 3 and a 4, so I'd say a 3.5. So if you want to look up an X-Men 7 3.5, and then why I bought this, because it was the only one in the auction. Now this looks like somebody wrote the Declaration of Independence on this book. A lot of it's faded, but I didn't notice it. But I knew there was writing, but it looks like it was kind of washed out at some point. So I would say there's a lot of color break creases on the edges, but it's not terrible. I'd say there's a little bit of a stain on the bottom. I would say this is probably a 2.0 to a 2.5. But even still, this could be a 0.5 and I would have done incredibly well. So the book that I bought this for, X-Men number 3, first appearance of the Blob. You'd think they would have put this one in as the freebie for this one, but they actually did it, was supposed to do it with the original first unboxing that I did. But, I mean, they were sending them, so it didn't matter in the long run. So, let's assume, like I said, this book right here alone is about $20. But let's assume these are worth $5 a piece. Those are giveaways. So I want you guys to look up, let's look up an X-Men 3, let's assume a 2.0, the lower of what I said, and an X-Men 7 at a in-between 3.5 grade. Put in the comments section if you're in the live chat. Well, if you're in the live chat, put it in the live chat. And if you're in the comments section, if you're watching this later, tell me how much would you have paid for this auction? So let me fix the price. And then I'll wait a second while people are looking it up, if they are. It makes the price even better, because then I have to take that price and basically divide it by 2. Okay. So let's see if anybody put anything. They did not, but that's okay. Phil is here and also Russell's here. So let's go over the price I paid for these. So let's again assume that these are $5 each, which I don't think is out of the realm of possibility. Especially again, the first book here is at least a $20 book. Okay. So that will subtract $15 from the total price. Oh, they gave me the wrong receipt. This is for the X-Men 4. So they did not include a receipt for this one. So I can prove the first one now, and I'll show that really quick. So to show the price, and again, it was X-Men 4, 2 other comics, and this one, even though it was supposed to be X-Men 7. I know it's a little confusing. And I paid after shipping and handling, just to prove it, for the X-Men 4, which by the way is the first appearance of Vision and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and second appearance of Magneto, $200. And look, there's the shipping cost. Each package, $18.38. Sales tax, $15.29 for $233. So it came out to, I think, like a $111 per comic. Okay, so that's the receipt for the X-Men 4. So if you didn't watch the first one, now at least you know the prices and you know the comics. You don't even have to watch it. So this person had this listed and it was a best offer, and I thought I would take the chance on it. Okay. They had this listed at 3 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, for $150 best offer or buy it now. And I thought it was worth, because X-Men 3 is it's a first appearance of the Blob, but it's not a majorly high desirable book. So I thought it was worth taking the chance on. So I did a best offer of $75, which is 50% off of what they were having it listed for as a buy it now. And they accepted it at $75. So when you add the shipping and handling, and you add the eBay taxes, and you subtract $15 for the 3 comics that they threw in, the grand total for each book comes out to $36.38 a piece. I could easily sell this for 100, if not more. And I can absolutely, even though, as you could see, it's got a lot of, somebody did their social studies homework, it seems like, on this book. But it's very faded, so that's one advantage. Because, I mean, far away, you wouldn't even know, other than here and here, you wouldn't even know there's writing, because you can't even see it. But when you close in, you can see it's very faded. So that absolutely will affect the grade, but thank goodness it's not all sharp like that pen there. How cool would that be if I found this as one of the original documents for the Declaration of Independence? Which would be interesting. That would mean they were time travelers. Purely, surely I jest. But even still, you don't think I can make a profit off of this book, even if I sold it raw? Which, by the way, the reason I don't sell my books raw anymore is I want to make sure, because God forbid, if I sell somebody a raw book and they get it graded and it comes back restored or qualified or something like that, I would feel horrible and the person would think I might be trying to cheat them. So I'd rather have them graded so this way people know if something's restored or qualified, know the grade instead of assume what the grade could be, because I don't ever want to say I think a book's a 5.0 and somebody gets graded and it comes back a 4.0, because people get mad. But even with this, if I was to sell this raw right now again, I wouldn't know if it's incomplete or restored or anything, so that's why I wouldn't do it. But you don't think I could easily sell that and double and triple my money? So this is why I want to constantly tell people that Russell says number 7, it was a beater copy. Well, hey, you know what? As they say, well, as I say, low grade is better than no grade. So who that comics and movies says I've seen X-Men 3 for over $600. So I guess around there. So thank you, who that, and his name's Russell, by the way. He would have paid 600 for both of these, which is not a bad price for these at all. Because remember, X-Men 3, I don't think Magneto's in. Actually, he's not in this because X-Men 4 is his second appearance. But first appearance of the Blob, not a major character, but still a known character. It's number 3 in the X-Men series. You have the second appearance of the Blob in this one. But like I said, originally the auction was just for this book. They threw in other books, but they were supposed to do them in different orders, which they didn't ultimately do. So they threw in the was supposed to throw in the X-Men 9 with this one. But even still, who wouldn't pay if you saw this online, let's say for 300? Who wouldn't pounce on X-Men 3 even if it's a 2.0 or a 2.5 for 300 bucks? And I paid $36.38 for it. Now, if it's incomplete or something, that's a different story, but you know, even if it's restored, I could sell it for more than 38 bucks. So again, I'll keep stressing this to the very few that will listen to my advice. There are many comic book channels out there that are much more popular that will say things that you don't need to hear, but they'll say things you want to hear. And many people like the sensation of being in an echo chamber where whatever the person says makes them feel good. That, oh, it's not your fault, it's somebody else's fault, or oh, life is hard because of this, that, and the other thing. Instead of people saying, you know what, life can be hard, but you could make it beautiful if you choose to do something about it. But most people don't want to do that. They want everybody to pat them on the back and say, it's okay, it's not your fault. The whole, Goodwill Hunting thing. But that's different because he had an abusive father. So that's a bad analogy, I guess. But my point is that, and if you've ever watched Goodwill Hunting, name the character in the comments section who played, um, I think well, that's too easy. But name the characters that are supposed to be best friends in the movie. Because if I said the psychiatrist, that's easy, it's just Robin Williams. But can you name the two best friends, the two main characters of the movie Goodwill Hunting? You could even, as a bonus, say what their characters' names were, but at least their actors' names. But my point is, so many other channels out there will tell you that the comic community, the comics are hard to get. They're very expensive. There are no deals out there. You got to hold on to your books for a decade or two if you want to make money. And just in the past 3 videos alone, and if you watch many more of mine, you'll see that that's not always the case. It doesn't have to be the case if you put in the effort. I mean, for those of you who've been watching my videos for a while, you've seen dozens and dozens of times where I've gotten books 150 to 300% cheaper than what the going rate is, sometimes even more than that. So I doubt it's luck. It's, I'm sure, part of it, but this talent, is skill, There's effort, there's time that was involved, and also changing your mindset. If you walk around, like I always say, the negative Nancy's of the world saying, oh, I can't do it, and oh, it's too hard, and oh, this, that, and the other thing. Well, what's the motivation? If you want to be Eeyore, you're going to look and feel like Eeyore and have Eeyore's life. And what happened most of Eeyore's life? He got tailed in the ass or nailed in the ass, which if you really think about it, for Disney, I guess that's a short movie. I don't know if it's considered a TV show or movies, but the Winnie the Pooh episodes of Eeyore getting basically nailed in his behind. That's an interesting message to send to children if you think about it. Russell Hall is correct. Matt Damon was one. What was the other? So let's see if you know their names. But I digress. So X-Men 7, X-Men 3 will eventually be getting graded $36.38 a piece. I didn't get those 20 years ago. I didn't get them 10 years ago. I got them this week. They were newly listed books. They are out there. And like I say all the time, if people don't want to make the effort to find deals and think you can't do it, by all means, don't do it. People like me and others that will reap the benefits constantly. And I would like to share that enthusiasm for everybody because that's what boosts up the comic book community. Not who's the most popular, not who can rag on somebody else the best, not who has the flashiest videos, not who has the best echo chamber. It's who can get the community to actually benefit so everybody benefits. And that's what I try and do with this small, tiny channel. Because I used to go and Hudak can attest to this. I used to have live auctions on my original We Love Comics channel that I shut down, where I'd have 1,000 to 1,500 viewers watching. I'm lucky if I get 12 now. But quality over quantity. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I just want to remind people, the very few people that are still here, that my live auction, you have until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. to contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com and order any of the comics still available from that auction. Once 11:59 on Sunday comes and goes, the books are gone. So if you want to try and take advantage of the prices, the payment plans that I offer, the cash and money order discounts that I offer, things that you can't get anywhere else, again, contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. If you look in the center of this image, you'll see my email address, ways to pay, Cash App, Venmo, cash, check, money order. Again, discounts and free domestic shipping and a free comic for cash payments. So you have until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time to contact me if you're interested in any of the remaining comics. Keep in mind, I did a video showing all the remaining comics. Since I made that video, 2 comics were sold after that. So, Silver Surfer number 1 3.0 sold, and Amazing Spider-Man number 7 sold. So thanks for watching. Let's give Who Dat high grade keys, Russell Hall, Phil Eiling, and I'm sure I butchered that, and Nate Dogg. I think that's everybody. Yes. All of you are today's surprise subscriber shout outs. So, in the comment section, leave a link to your YouTube channel or your social network. Or if you have your own website or you sell on eBay, Amazon, Instagram, and you want to share a link, just make sure your link brings people to a place that's suitable for all audiences. I will check, so it will not appear in the comment section until I approve it. This prevents trolls and spammers from putting inappropriate links onto my channel. They never see the light of day, and trust me, they try all the time. So if you do see a link, it means it was We Love Comics approved, and be one of those people that helps to support the community by going to visit their website and saying hi or subscribing or seeing what they have to sell. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you to you guys watching. Join my Patreon at patreon.com/We Love Comics, where now all paid members get early access to all of my auctions before even a sneak peek video comes out. So you can make an offer on a book before anybody else gets the chance to, and get your name on this board and shout it out every video. So thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Keep looking for deals. Keep making deals. And get that negative mindset of, I can't do it, out of your system. Because what do you got to lose by trying something different? So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget, it's not you. It is not I. It is We Love Comics. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget to have your trolls.